In tonight's Campaign 2014 coverage, a liberal group files a brief with a federal appeals court over voter ID. News 3's Leah Lynchai joins us with their argument and what it has to do with DMVs. Leah.
Michelle, the brief was filed by One Wisconsin Institute, and it alleges that residents here in Wisconsin can't easily obtain a voter ID, especially those who live in a rural area. If you're looking to get your hands on a driver's license or voter ID here in Monroe, you have two options: Mondays or Wednesdays, the only two times the city's DMV is open. One Wisconsin Institute says just weeks before Election Day, that's a problem.
There are a couple places where people, may only be able to have one or two chances before the election to be able to get the IDs they need to participate in our democracy.
At a Monroe office, they may deal with 40 to 50 customers a day.
The Monroe DMV is open 20 hours a week, the minimum requirement for all of Wisconsin's DMV offices following 2012's voter ID law. DMV directors say that's more than enough for a rural office with slow traffic.
Those offices are not high volume offices, 20, 25 applications a day. So even if you doubled that, you wouldn't be looking at a whole lot.
People aren't able to, if they're working full-time, be able to get the photo ID. So that's a big impediment.
One Wisconsin says less access to the DMV translates into less access to the polls.
We have had people who reached out to us to say, I'm concerned whether or not, I'm going to be able to go and get my ID because of the fact that, they work, they live in a place that doesn't have the sort of ID hours that are necessary.
There hasn't been any significant bump in the number of ID cards. If there is, we feel like we're prepared to handle it.
Altogether, the DMV says it's issued about 1,000 ID cards to Wisconsin residents in the past week. And Michelle, in Monroe, workers say they've issued about 10 to 20.
All right, something we will keep our eyes on, especially weeks before the election.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Leah.